live.
Hey guys.
Hey. So this is Miss Colleen's show, so I'm gonna let her talk today. And we're gonna talk to each other too, but let's see who's all here. And so far it is oh hey, we got 2 viewers. Woohoo! Tell us, where are you hailing from today?
What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on? I'm like over here. Do I just need to like look at on my phone? Like, who's over here looking? Oh, okay. So we got some people. So we're here doing like an impromptu like Monday brunch that is like, it's still 9 o'clock my time. I prefer to like have brunch last a very long time. I think that brunch is a day experience.
It is. It is. Brunch can span from like 9 to like 2, midnight, depending on how much chit-chatting you're doing, right?
Yes. And how much foods you're fooding.
Yes, and how much food you need to soak up the alcohol that you're drinking.
At least it wasn't me that
I just have coffee because I'm boring this morning, but...
Okay, hold up your coffee. Yeah, I want you guys to see the difference between me and Colleen.
I'm bougie. What can I say?
Hey, I'm bougie. I got the mason jar. Mason jars are all about bougie these days.
You can do so much with a mason jar. You can put them over light fixtures.
Yes, you can. Like the fact that you know that. Yes, you freaking can. Absolutely. Like,
I have roots. I wasn't always bougie. I wasn't born bougie. So
I personally, all of my glasses are mason jars so that I always have a matching set.
There you go.
Because I am bougie.
There you go. I don't have matching sets. I like my stuff to be all over the place, and I like to not have to worry about if something breaks and I replace it with something else.
I went through that. I went through the whole, like, you know, it's like shabby chic to have everything be all different. But, you know, you grew up with the idea that you're like, you want a matching set.
Yes.
So what do you do?
Well, I have a matching set, so there you go.
See, and mine are more like sisters, not twins.
Yes. There you go.
They're sisters, like eyebrows. Like I have the one eyebrow that kind of goes like, but that's because I got like hit in it a bunch of times and I have scars on it. Brent, hey, how you doing? We do have some catching up. I'm ready to just go over to your house and just snatch you out. Let's go. We got to talk.
Nice. I think that's called kidnapping.
He's not a kid. Why is kidnapping taking a person? A kid is a goat. Unless you stole a goat, you are not kidnapping.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell you this story before we start talking about Coco's follow here since it came up. My ex and I was thinking about having us share custody of a goat because he lives out in the sticks. And I'm like, well, he was talking about getting a goat and I want a goat to come and mow my yard just like a couple times a month. And I was like, so what do you want to do with a goat? And he says, I want to eat it. And I'm like, well, this, I guess we're not going to be, in that case, we will not be sharing custody of a goat.
Right.
But, so I call his girlfriend and I say, hey, so he said that he wants to eat a goat. If he gets one, and she's like, if he eats a goat, then I'm leaving him. We don't eat pets. Because I'm like, well, maybe I can get this goat thing to happen now. But now Mark's all over here just ruining my goat fantasy. Goats tear up the lawn, not good lawnmowers. If any of you have seen it, I will post it again. There is a video out there that says follow at AZ Power Girl of a goat eating the paper that says, so you see the follow at AZ Power Girl and then the goats, there's like 3 goats and they just start eating it and destroying it.
So much fun. And it's It's all sustainable. Like, it's all stuff that the goats can actually eat.
Yeah, it's like rice paper, and it's like the paper that they put on the birthday cakes when they print out your images and put it on the birthday cake.
That's awesome.
I know, right? And here's the thing. You can actually have these goats show up for your Zoom meeting. So, but it's only like midnight to 1 p.m. for me because they're in Europe. And I'm like, I would love to have a video like this and have a goat just like show up, right? And you can choose your goat, and they all have names. And this goat's in trouble right now because she was hitting that goat and like bucking her. And that goat has like little iodine spots in her.
So cute.
So speaking of goats, tell us about your new story.
My new story does not have any goats in it yet.
But what is a goat? It is the greatest of all time.
So Coco's Hollow. It's about all sorts of fantastic critters and fairies, and like there's a lot that's going to be going on. There's a lot of mythology or mythological creatures in it. So we might see a part goat at some point, a fawn, if you will. But we'll see. We'll see. We like to take some aspects of mythology and just tweak them just a little bit and make them our own. So you'll see a lot of different things happening. In issue 1, we are going on an epic adventure. And I'm super excited. It's going to be so much fun.
So this is your first campaign.
It is my first campaign.
Put the link into, well, you can actually do it. If
Yeah,
you go
I've got
into
it right here.
Oh yeah, pop that up. I was in the wrong section.
Yeah.
So what is a hollow?
A hollow. It's those little pockets of the world that you like to visit and adventure in. There's hollows all over the place. There's hollows of trees. There's hollows like the canyons are different hollows.
In a late night show, I'd say something completely different than what I will hear.
The pockets in my skirts, those huge pockets, those are the hollows. So Coco and her friends like to hang out in hollows.
So this whole concept started with you dropping your phone in the toilet and realizing that you need a better pocket. So you stole your husband's pants to make sure I'm getting this right. You ripped off his pants, cut his pockets out because, screw that guy. See how you feel with no pockets. That pencil's going to go right down your leg, right?
I use the pockets more than he does. So why did he need them?
That's a good point. And then you put it in your own clothes and it gave you the idea, pockets, hollow, and then you created a whole story. Isn't it crazy how stuff just like comes
It was a crazy way to travel. So the characters came out of little pictures that I needed for my Twitch. So the different emotes and stuff. So those came from that. And then I had these hollows and I needed a name for my Twitch. And then, so I had this name and then I started making up these stories and it was just crazy all over the board. So it was a very roundabout way of coming to a comic book.
Well, and people don't think about that. They think, oh, I just, and it's funny because I've asked writers, where'd you come up with this idea? Oh, I just thought of it. No, you didn't. No, you did not just think of it. Everything links back to something else. Everything does.
Vale makes fun of me like pretty hardcore because we'll be driving down the street and I'll see something and it'll take me like 15 steps and then all of a sudden I'll say something completely off the wall. And then he'll be like, what did you just see that made you say that? And then he'll try to figure out if he can come to that conclusion the same way that I came to it. So.
Well, and nobody's ever necessarily going to do that because it comes into your own experiences. Like maybe they didn't have the experience with the little redheaded girl, or they didn't have the experience with a butterfly landing on their shoulder and finding that to be the most magical experience of their childhood life. all those little things, it all gets, you know. JT, hello. What are those? Are those like chubby airplanes? Are they birds?
I can't see what it is.
I can't either. Will we get an issue 3? Yes. May 18th, Fire Bitch 3 launches on my birthday.
Woohoo!
I was wondering about, or is it? No, Brendan, are we related? I saw that too. On Project Runway, Michael Kors yelled at a designer who didn't put pockets in a pair of men's pants.
Isn't it funny? Did he yell at someone for not doing it to women's pants?
Right? Decorative pockets can kiss my ass.
Right? Right.
My non-existent white girl ass. Yes, because they put your pocket this big. Like, is this just enough space to hold your phone number? Is this just enough? Like, I can't even put my phone in there.
Right.
So I find it really, really interesting. Now, so Coco's Hollow, from what I've seen, is very vibrant.
It is.
And I really am liking the orange aspect of it, like the oranges and the yellows and the bright colors that you have. You know, I think I have this shirt. Let me see if I can, I'm going to share this screen if you don't mind, so we can see your, I need to move it over here so we can see your book. I'm really impressed. You've been kind of just handling this on your own.
It's been fun.
You really have. You've just been kind of jumping on it. And how you've really been just handling this like a boss. And I'm over here like, what are you going to do next? So you have 57 backers, 35.58 with 4 days to go. Yay!
Yep.
Okay, I will get my copy in October if you plan on being a nerding out. I do not have a guarantee that Fire Bitch 3 will be available then and there. Also, Kickstarter, you get a whole bunch more stuff. It is always better to support our Kickstarters.
You get so much fun stuff. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to.
So it's more than that, though. It really is. This is a situation where, 1, we throw in all the stretch goals and the extra items, okay? But 2, what you're doing is you're telling the world that our books matter. So if you want to see creators be successful, then you gotta support us on the platforms that will help build the brand. Because we don't have money to buy books to sell you at shows if we don't have these crowdfunding opportunities. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we throw out these extra things because we're trying to say, hey, we've got this project that we think that you would love. And if you love it, then tell the world. And by putting it on those platforms, you do that. It's really expensive to put together a book, like very, very expensive, time consuming, cost prohibitive. And this is why the big companies mow over all of us so much. This is why your story will never be told until we have camaraderie in the community to help build that up, to help say, indies matter. Your stories matter. Her story matters. My story matters. Because those people that run those big companies, they have forgotten. I remember watching Oprah once and listening to her. She did this thing where her and her best friend went on this trip, right? And there are a couple of girls traveling. And this woman is like, well, and this is Oprah, we bring our own sheets because I need to have my sheets crisp. So I have to change my sheets. They can last maybe about 3 days before they lose their crispiness. Like, who thinks about that? I literally made the same bed last night before I went to bed that I didn't make for 3 days. Kara's gross. Yes, Kara's gross. And so are you. You know it. Don't even lie. So in the real world, that's where we are. And this woman says, well, we wanted to get some food. and we were directed to a place called Albertsons. Like, really, like, Albertsons is this big magical place that your rich ass has never heard of before. It's a grocery store, and the rest of us go there, and we make the choice between this box of crackers that costs $2.89 and this generic box of crackers that costs $2.74. And many of us will choose that $2.74 to literally save that, 6 cents? And they can't comprehend that anymore. That's why that episode of Shameless, he cut off her toe in the kitchen instead of sending her to the emergency room because she's probably on government assistance medical care anyway. And they don't understand how the rest of the world lives. But who does? You do. She does. I do. We know how the rest of us live. I mean, I jump into my pants both legs at a time, just like everyone else. They don't understand these things anymore.
I hop around on one foot until I'm able to balance well enough to make my foot into it, or I fall on my ass because I miss.
Well, but that other foot of yours just isn't right. That other foot of yours is like the princess foot.
It is. That's my bougie foot.
Yeah, that's your bougie foot. My bougie foot. I'm gonna put it right here today. Well, you can't even see it. Keep it in the
My bougie foot is Keropi.
Isn't that awesome? Stretch goal.
Oh my gosh.
Crispy sheets. Stretch goal. The rise of the proletariat. JT, I need you coming up like very soon. I need to just have like a chat with you because I need your mind. Makes sense. I will look at both. Wonderful. So let's bring back Coco's Hollow and talk about real world things with real world people that jump around on one foot and jump into their pants, both legs at once. Kind of like swan dive into my dresses too. It's pretty awesome.
I wish I was that coordinated.
We're going to make a video. We're going to do it. We got to figure out how to do this. We're going to do this. Okay. I have an idea. We need a pool and we need help, but we could end up hurting somebody.
Cool. Lots of help.
Yeah, no, this is a terrible idea. I was like, we'll just have somebody hold a dress in the pool and we'll like dive in and see if we can make it. No, we're going to hit somebody. We're going to like knock the shit out of somebody. We're not doing that. Stop it.
You're going to end up with that eyebrow just even higher if you end up doing that.
I am. I'm hoping I can keep smacking it trying to get it up there. This is my plastic surgery. Look at me. I got my eyebrows done. It's Alfred.
Hey.
It's Alfred. Oh, Brendan says that he's built to take abuse, so he'll sign up for this. Yes, but we are not built for taking abuse. So, okay. So, do you have any heroes from mythology in your story?
Heroes from mythology. Not directly. I have some character types from mythology in my story, or mythological creatures in my story, but they're not directly like I don't have Hercules and I don't have Hera. It's going to be a little bit more subtle in the story.
So you took the idea from these characters from mythology and brought them into your world.
Right.
Aren't they so cute? Look at them. They're so cute. Ah! I can't get over the cuteness factor. I don't have a lot of female things in my world. You wouldn't think so with my pink wall, but that's literally the only feminine space I have. Now, this is your main cover.
This is
correct?
My main cover. Yep.
And who's on this cover?
This cover has Coco. It's got her mom. Coco is the one flying. Okay. Her mom, Vivica, is in front of her with the crown that matches mine. Her dad, Cyrus, is right next to her mom. And then Inanna, her aunt, Vivica's sister, is behind her. And Cara is wearing her crown.
I see how it is. The sisters in the background, always second fiddle.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this is an Alfred Trujillo cover.
It is.
And he's got Vivica and Inanna in the water. These wings are just, oh gosh.
I'm so intimidated by those wings. I still have to make those wings.
You do still have to make those wings.
I do
it's
still
not
have
bad,
to make those wings.
Are you using like a 10 gauge wire?
Yes, it's a copper wire that I bought in a roll at Lowe's, and
You
it's
bought
the same
copper. That's how we know Colleen's bougie, okay? Because copper's
Yeah.
expensive. I'm over here using regular 10 gauge. Tell us more about your expensive copper.
My expensive copper. And then the wings are actually made out of a faux suede and airbrushed. So you'll see more wings down the way, and the way that I made Eric's wings is the same way that I'm going to make these 2 wings. So
I'm really excited to see these wings. Okay, so I was like, you're gonna go there, you're gonna do this. This is gonna be awesome. Tell us about this one by Krista.
So much fun. This is Krista Crawford's. So the first time that I met Krista was at Phoenix Fan Fusion, probably 7 or 8 years ago. And she had a ton of My Little Pony prints. And I absolutely love My Little Pony. My Little Pony is my jam. I've had My Little Pony sheets from the original My Little Pony on my bed. So My Little Pony holds a special place for me. And the fact that I knew someone who could do something like this made me super, super happy. So I have some of her prints up on my walls, and I really wanted her to do this. And she hadn't done a My Little Pony sketch in a very long time. So she was excited to get back into it.
Thank you, Jessie.
Thank you so much.
I love it. I love the My Little Pony. A lot of people, I was really surprised how many people are absolutely in love with My Little Pony, and especially men. I was surprised at how many men liked My Little Pony. And Alfred and I were talking about, writing and what people are really into and what story themes are really strong. And I hadn't really grasped how many people are super into storylines about friendship.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's actually very sad how many people are super into that because of the fact that they feel that that's something that's lacking in their own world.
Yeah, it's a fantastic series. My brother finally, like a year ago, I got this message about, why didn't you tell me My Little Pony was so good? And I was like, for fuck's sake. I've been a Brody for how long? So, yeah.
Right. I was just surprised. And there's even a Brony convention.
There is.
And I think it just goes to say, hey, just love each other.
Mm-hmm.
Also, this is Jason Means. Did you see his post?
Which one?
The one about his situation with his child.
Yes.
So this is Jason Means, and Jason Means just got granted joint custody of his daughter, which is something that a lot of men struggle with, getting equal time with their children. So I am thrilled. Congratulations, Jason. Show him some love by getting his cover as well of Coco's Hollow. You can see his art style is flamboyant and feisty.
And it's so much fun because he likes to take characters that aren't necessarily children and put them into this tyke universe that he has, and they're absolutely stunning. I've got some of his prints, Deadpool, Harley. He's done horror prints as well in his style, and he just does amazing work.
I'm trying not to use the word cute, but it's so cute.
It's so cute. Yep.
And we've known Jason for years.
We have.
We've done so many shows with him for many, many, many years, and now it's like you get to have him on your back. Adrian Ropp. Who is Adrian Ropp?
Adrian Ropp is amazing. He's worked for Disney as a storyboard artist and lead storyboard artist at that for like Monsters University. He's worked with the WB on some of the video games and stuff. He does amazing work, and his art is so fun and takes you right back to when you used to watch Disney movies as a kid, or even now. So,
and you can definitely see that style in here. And this is something that I hadn't really noticed until like I saw this one. And I mean, it's in all the other ones, but the ears. So are they fairies? Are they elves? Like, what are these creatures?
So for the most part, they are fairies, but they do get some features from different critters. And I really enjoyed the little elf ears.
So they're like their own species.
Yeah. Like I said, I like to take mythological creatures and just kind of make them my own. So, and this is the cosplay cover. The photographer was Paul from AMPM Photography, and the cosplayers are cosplayers from Colorado and Phoenix. So, Elfie Monster Cosplay does the Coco. Kari Loves Chaz is Una. She's my flying fairy in the purple. Miwa, Small Giggle, is Bubbles in the blue. And then Calzef is Eric. I made most of those costumes. I made all of the wings. Calzef made Eric's costume. So that one was a fun one. Since that's my background, that's what I wanted to bring to the table was the cosplay.
Absolutely. Well, I think that cosplay kind of gives you the opportunity to be the character and see how this character relates to you in your own world.
Yep.
Okay, this is my favorite cover, my absolute hands down favorite cover. And who's this bitch?
This is Vivica. This is Coco's mom.
No. Who's the model? Who's the sexy girl on the cover?
I don't know who that is. That's me. That's me. I did this photo shoot before Coco's Hollow was even a twinkle in my eye. So this was my original character. I think I had started to kind of play with the story with Coco, but I hadn't solidified it yet. And I really wanted to do this photo shoot with, names are hard, guys. So I really wanted to do this photo shoot. Color.
You're a blonde under all that color.
Oh, yes, I am. Monroe is a fantastic Colorado photographer, and I've done a ton of shows with him. And he's just a lot of fun to work with. So he and I got together for this one. I'm hoping to get together with him in the fall, winter to do another photo shoot of Vivica, which will be a little bit different. So
this is just beautiful.
Thank you.
It's glorious. I mean, to get your sheer overlay to fly up like that. Those are those shots that I strive to have. That you know how many times a sheet smacked in your face or.
Right. So Chef was with us for this photo shoot. He went with us up into the forest because he wanted to wander around, and he got to do the cape flips that everyone talks about. Right. So that was his claim to fame is that flip to get that silhouette. So
how many times did you have to take that picture to get it?
We didn't have to do it that often. I think we did it 4 or 5 times to get that shot.
Only 4 or 5. Here I am 18 times later. But I'm a big old goober. You're a classy girl. But it really is. Those legs go on forever. It's just the way that the sun is coming down. Just my absolute favorite piece. Thanks. It's gorgeous. No, get that. I'll just skip over that. So I actually had this flowers actually came down to a point, but I thought it looked ridiculous. It looked like, plastic flowers, so I just got rid of it.
Mm-hmm. I love this cover. I love all of the colors with it and all of the fun sparkles.
So I could only find one elf ear. I found them all now, but I only could find one, so I made sure I tipped my head in that direction. You would always see the one. So instead of the other side where it didn't exist, it was like, so I always tried to make sure that I shot from an angle where you could see the one ear.
So fun.
And we've got shirts, we've got t-shirts.
We do.
And women's cut t-shirts with no pockets because women's clothes. Or I guess, t-shirts. So you got stretch goals. You have hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stretch goals. This is your next one.
Yeah.
I want that. That's going to be so cute. The enamel pin. I love that. That's going to be so good.
I'm excited about that.
And then this is the Cami Kimmy character card. I love Cami Kimmy. We were working with her on Unstable Frequencies, and I was like, I gotta send her to you because she just got better and better and better.
She knocked it out of the water.
She's gonna be an up and comer, so keep an eye out for Cami Kimmy because she's coming.
Yeah.
Sticker packs. You can get all stickers.
This is the way to get all of the stickers. So to complete your set of Chibi stickers and to complete your set of My Little Pony stickers, this is the sticker pack that you need to get so that you have all of them so that you're not missing a few.
But I really like Eric in this. Like, of all of these, he's my favorite. Look how cute he is. He's like, yay! And he's just so adorable. Fun. So you can add on different t-shirts. Where you can get each of the main characters. Yep, Alfred agrees. Cami Kimmy is gonna be huge.
Krista is actually working with her right now for a cover for Wolf and I, Waves of Dissonance. Yeah,
she's a great young budding artist, and we definitely want to see more in the future. Now this is Cosplay Prince.
Cosplay Prince. Yep.
Where did you shoot the kids?
Those were shot at the paint mines, just outside of Lyman, Colorado.
Okay.
Yep. So the white rocks and it's all the same area.
Huh. I did not know that. I need to check that out. Now, leggings are very new. I have not seen a campaign that's had leggings.
I love leggings.
Okay, so JT over here says, I did a mermaid for Wolf and I can't wait to get a comp because my girlfriend and I have a mermaid bathroom and I want to hang it there. So I'm going to let you know, JT, we have a mermaid cover coming up for a thing. Just saying it. Now, you also have your handmade skirts and shirts.
I do. I got a question about this morning, actually, on Facebook. So because I've got the samples of the Captain America and the rainbow one in the background, the shirts that I'm going to be making for the campaign are actually going to be the fairies. And you can get them in this like bowling style, or you can get it in like an all over Hawaiian print style. It will just be the fairies. If you want to commission one of the other prints, or something completely different, then please just message me and we can commission something that's not through the Kickstarter.
So you can do any fabric.
I can do any characters on fabric. A lot of the stuff that I work with, I print it myself or have it printed by somebody for just me. So there's a few different sites that I can go through to get the exact character that you want. And then if you wanted to work with an artist to get something onto a shirt, like we've got some of Alfred's art colored by Cara. That's a Harley Quinn that Vale really wanted. We've got some art by Jason Mentz for, what's the character? the clown dude that I did for Bob Mask.
Creeper.
Creeper.
No, you did do Creeper.
Yeah, Creeper.
He got one. Bob got a lot of shirts.
Bob's ordered a lot of shirts, but they're quality stuff, and some of them are just one of a kind, because that's the only person that I know that really wants a Creeper shirt, because he's a huge.
You know what though? I've actually seen like the cost, your cost, like what you charge people versus what you will pay in a store for something that's mass marketed. You're very fair. You're like beyond fair. So, you know, we're not talking $500 for a shirt. No, it's really, really reasonable. Talk to her. The skirts as well. These skirts, when you bring them to cons, they sell for what? Are like
they're selling for $50.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's really reasonable, really fair. There's no small, medium, large. She actually measures you to make sure that it fits properly. And they sell out. Like every show we've done together, pretty much sold out. You've even sold out of things that you've been wearing, I believe. Like, what about that one?
Yeah. What about this one? Yeah, right? Because I usually wear leggings and stuff up underneath my skirts, especially at cons when I'm bending over to size people, doing all sorts of stuff, trying to get into boxes behind my table. I really don't want to flash everyone unless it's on purpose.
Just me.
Usually, right? So, yeah, I've had skirts on that are mine. But I don't have the print anymore, and they happen to be the right size.
Now, I want a coffee mug.
Okay.
I collect coffee mugs, and I want one.
Same.
So yeah, so there you go. Where are we now? Definitely check it out. 3,562, 58 backers!
Yay!
Sorry about that. Brandon Malloy, cost versus price, always a thing hanging me up with trying to do something with my horror photos. Points to you to figure that out. So, I'll tell you, I've had a lot of people come to me for advice or whatever, and I had to start saying, look, if you want advice, if you don't take all of it, and you only cherry pick a few things and you fuck it up, that is not on me. That is on you. Because it does happen a lot where they're like, oh, I took this one thing you said, but that one thing doesn't work unless it's with everything. You can't just cherry pick and choose certain things to, on many of these things. Like, well, I got this cover, but I didn't do the inside of the book and it's blank. Like, you can't do that unless I guess you can, but it's not going to sell there. What's your story about? Whatever you want it to be.
Your cost versus your price. You really need to be fair to yourself and what time you've put into it. You need to really take into account the actual cost of what you've done and the actual cost of your time.
Yes. But that being said, if you are new and learning, it is going to take you longer. And you can't put that price on your people. Be like, well, I don't know how to do this, so it's going to cost me $8 million to make this. I've never made it before. I don't have any experience in this. If someone is absolutely learning, make sure that you understand that they are a student, they are learning. And so consider that within your price. Don't undercut yourself, but recognize that it only took you that long because you're not experienced. So gain your experience, because you didn't go out like, oh, I want to be a crafter. I've never done it before, but hey, buy a skirt from me, right? No, you educated yourself first.
Yep.
You actually have a degree in this, don't you?
In theater, but I did a lot of sewing with it, so yeah.
Oh, here we go. If anyone's reading, listen to Cara. Her advice is... Thank you so much. And thanks for the info either way. I still think I misspoke. Well, feel free to ask it again. Horror photos. Okay, so as a photographer, are you the photographer or are you the cosplayer? Because that's a whole other thing in regards to ownership and blah, 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 and all that sort of stuff. So let's put your link up again onto the here. Type Cara. There we go. Definitely take a look. And where can we find you online?
You can find me at Colleen Cole Model to find all of my cosplay stuff. You can also find me at Coco's Hollow on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all over the place. And that's for the clothing lines and for the actual comic. So.
That's exciting. And what conventions can we find you at?
Conventions. We have Phoenix Fan Fusion coming up at the end of May.
That's I'm so excited!
A big one. And Coco's Hollow will be at Phoenix Fan Fusion. All of the cosplayers that you've seen on the covers will be there. We will all be in cosplay on Saturday as fairies. It's going to be myself. My co-writer Max is also going to be there. All of the fairies. Cara's going to have her own booth. Armand's going to show up on Saturday. I believe he's got some panels and stuff on Saturday. He's not going to be there the entire weekend, but he will be there. And Armand's the one who is doing the interiors. So that's Phoenix Fan Fusion. At the end of June, we have Smallville Comic-Con in Kansas that Cara, Alfred, and I will be doing. We also have Casper Comic-Con in Wyoming, in Kansas, or in Casper, Wyoming. And the three of us will be there as well. We're still waiting to hear back from Denver. I have not heard yet. So
yeah, I haven't either, but we are hoping for that. Also, we're looking at doing some store signings along the way. So if you have a store that you would like for us to be at that's in that tri-state area, let us know. And we would love to do something. We're thinking maybe Cheyenne, Colorado Springs. She's smiling.
Thank you so much, Troy, for sharing that out. I really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. No school today. And no movie theater. What? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, I have a weird question. How do you spell the word fairy?
I spell it A-I-R-Y, right? And
but why are there differences?
I think it's the difference between the Gaelic and the English.
Okay. Anyone else know?
Because fairy comes from fae, which is F-A-E.
That's what it is. Krista's always talking about a fae and a I'm like, what the hell's a fae? Oh, okay.
The fae. So there's a light fae court and a dark fae court.
There's a whole thing here. I know nothing about it.
No, it's huge. Oh.
That's cool. Okay, I had no idea. I've been trying to figure out what all this is. We'll have to set something up when you get here. Maybe me and you and Krista can go roller skating.
That sounds fun. I mean, I've got my skates, but I'm horrible at it.
That's okay. And if you can't bring your skates, then we'll just get you those brown ones with the clunky orange wheels.
Oh,
and you're going to look
so sexy.
Sexy. You're going to be the smexiest girl under the disco ball at the roller rink.
I actually like inlines more than I like.
You're one of those. Got it.
I am.
Mm-hmm. That's all right. That's all right. You can be that person.
I'll be that person.
You'll be that person. No, it's actually kind of funny. Some people are really like that. And, Krista just got a set of roller skates. I have a set of roller skates. And we've been talking about going roller skating. But you can't really skate outside because then, it's like you go and then 2 feet later.
You hit that tiniest rock.
Or the line in between the stuff, the line, sidewalk. That's the word, right? The sidewalk. Okay, so before we go, I do want to let you all know that I have a combo with Bianca Thompson from Artist Assemble. I always get it wrong.
Like words have been so hard.
Yeah, my words are not wording today.
Yep.
And so this is really cool. We Artist Assemble hits me up and they're like, hey, let's do a cosplay card set. And I'm like, what? Like, why would you want to do that? And she's like, yeah, like collector cards. So people can draw you in your cosplay. So I've got like, there's 400 packs available. People are drawing little me's. Oh my God. It's just so cute. And then we also have trading cards. So we'll have images of me in different costumes, some that Colleen made. And you'll get the cards as well as the original. And we have 3 different sets of 4 of cards. So actually 4. One is a 5 and one is a subset. It's a whole different thing. So take a look at Cosplay Craze. That launches on the 5th. Your campaign ends in 4 days, right? It ends when?
It ends on the 6th at 10 p.m.
Which time zone?
I think it's mountain time.
Okay. So that's midnight for the other people on the other side of the...
On the East Coast, yes.
On the this way.
Or no, on the Pacific Coast. I don't know.
No, it's the East Coast. Pacific is Kelly.
See? You know,
yeah.
I try.
I think, yeah, we all just kind of like, I'm going to need one of these, but as majestic as yours. Like, this is lovely, but I want a big one. But I have a small head. I have a feeling it'll look weird on me. Everything looks better on you anyway. So.
See, I have a big nose, and so the flowers kind of offset it.
I love it. We're going to love how Okay, so model 101. First of all, you gotta always have your pose. Lengthen your neck, but if it's too long like mine, then all you see is neck. So you gotta like find that nice balance. Number 2, shape your armpits, unless you're an armpit model. And then you have to exfoliate them as well. The beauty of being behind a camera is no one can see how bad you smell. Also, your diet really just consists of about 3 radishes and a rice cake.
It doesn't. I eat whatever the fuck I want. Because I'm bougie.
Because you're bougie with your Starbucks over here. That's all right. I'm being environmentally friendly. I drink out of mason jars because they're made out of glass and glass is recyclable. Also, glass comes from dirt, which means that really I'm just eating out of dirt, right? It comes from sand and that's more natural. It's about nature and naturalness and naturicities. And then I also hey, you're pretty bougie. You know, your printer runs off solar power. Which is way cool. I didn't know that until you said it the other night. I was like, huh. Yeah, a lot of people know that. Like, really? Like, your solar, yeah. Our printer does run off of solar power because it's environmentally friendly and cheaper. So anything anyone want to say before we go? If you put something in the comments, I'm putting it up unless it's something rude, in which case I might just talk shit to you. Miss Colleen, tell us anything you want before we go.
Tell us. I don't know what to say. I don't know. Oh, when's your next Unstable Frequencies coming out?
Oh shit, Unstable Frequencies. We're not even to print yet with the one we did. Got it. We've been sending to the letterers. Our main letter, the lettering bear, was not available. So we actually brought in, I want to say 3 new letterers for the 4 stories. So I went through, and let me tell you, the other day, Saturday, Alfred had a thing. Like, we worked all morning to do a lettering script. So just to get into some technicalities here. So you have your main script, right? You have your script that goes to your artist. And that one you need to fill with, this is what these people look like. And here's some photos for reference in regards to their outfits, eras, different things that are important to your story, right? So you got to give everybody all that information because your artist does not know what's in your mind. So not knowing what's in your mind, you have to tell them. And you cannot assume that they know what you're talking about. Let me tell you, one of our stories is turn of the century. Zippers were not a thing. And I learned that. I get to finally see it. Like all of it. So teasing, not reading. So they don't know these things. And JT at one point even sent me a couple of pictures of a phone because I didn't put a phone in there for the late 1800s. And he's like, hey, is it like this phone or this phone? And I'm like, okay, it's that phone. I didn't think about that.
Right.
But you're sending images, you're sending colors, you're sending, is it daytime? Is it nighttime? Are there clouds in the sky? Is it raining? What do you want these scenes to notate? Is there a passage of time that is easy to follow? Do you start at dawn, end at dusk? Is there oh man, one of our stories is all over the place. And Alfred's like, we can't do this. This doesn't make any sense. I'm like, no. It's starting here. We're going back here. And we hit this part of the story. Now you're back at page 1.
Yeah.
And it's a mess. But you can watch certain things and you're like, okay, this is how they did it. And what can I notate? If you watch Steel Magnolias, you'll see at the beginning, they're filling the car with Easter eggs. So it's Easter time. Later on, it's Christmas. Then it's New Year's. Now it's Easter again. So that is showing you your passage of time. Do you want to show it in your environment? Do you want to put a caption box that says, this is what day we are. This is what time we are. At one point, I don't even know if I kept it in there. I used a random holiday that is important to the character in the story. And let me tell you, if you know this holiday of your own accord, you have my deepest, sincerest respect because nobody knows this shit. So you have to figure it out or look it up. But it does give you a concept of a passage of time. So those kinds of things are really important. But when you send it to the letterer, they don't need your 85 pages of extra bullshit. Your colorist does. Your colorist does. When you put in there, one of them, jacaranda tree. Who knows what a jacaranda tree is? What color are the leaves?
Yes.
Right. Those are things you don't think about. So what's going to happen? I'm going to get a whole bunch of green leaf trees. No, you got to put a picture in there because they don't know and they're not going to look it up. But then you need your lettering copy. So that's where we were. And this is your opportunity to hone it in, to say, these are everything that I wanted in there. Does it fit? Alfred left for an hour and a half because he had an errand to run. And I had pulled this one page into Photoshop. And I'm like, okay, so we chose a font that has skinnier letters so that we could actually fit more into a smaller space and have it look right. So those little things, your font that you're choosing, a lot of times your letterist is going to do this, but if you are a picky bitch like me, you want to make sure these things are handled. You want to go through, okay, how wordy is this? What words can I remove to make sure that, one, I'm keeping the character's voice intact and making sure that it all fits in here appropriately. And I'll tell them, you can go outside of your panel because there'll be a lot of words, this one small panel, but then the next panel will be all huge and open space. Go outside that panel, but they don't necessarily know that. So you have to let them know where their boundaries are, but then when you get it back, because everyone's going digital. So this is interesting. So then you get it back. You go through all this stuff and you're honing it through. I spent 3 hours on one page trying to line this out and make sure that it works.
Have fun, Troy.
Have a wonderful day. So I had to do that and clean this up. And I literally opened it up in Photoshop so I could take the words. Can I fit all of this in here without compromising points of art? So that's another thing. Sure, there's room. What has to be seen? So then you got to let them know. These things have to be seen. You cannot cover these, but you can go here instead. And you can tell them that, but unless you know how it's going to work, it might not be possible. So you need to know it can be done before you tell someone to do something that they may not be able to do. So that's why I had to open it up, go through what can I move? What can I move to another panel? I'm going to give you a little tip here. Some person is blah, 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 like I am right the fuck now. But does all of that have to be in that panel? No. they can continue talking in the next panel, even if they're not there, and you can put a caption box there. Kind of like Colleen and I were on the phone the other night, and I hung up too quick, so then I texted her the rest of what I was saying.
Yep.
Same thing. You can do a caption box and let that person continue their flow of what they're saying to save room, and it also helps to push the story forward in that regard. So those things. So now you're taking this big old long F and you're condensing it to these are the letters. Your letterist does not need to know, letterer does not need to know all the description that you gave the artist, but they do need to know what is going on enough to be able to make sure that you put the right page and panel number to what they're saying. So a lot of times your artist, I had some artists take a 4-panel page and turn it into a 6-panel page. And they were right to do it. But now I've got to make sure that my words fit everything. Sound effects are in there, those types of things. So these are just things to consider. And if anyone ever wants to like chat about that and talk about that, I love talking about building books and comics and telling stories. Like I was talking about this the other night. I was watching Who's That Girl? And I'm like, this is a terrible movie. It's awful. The old Madonna 80s movie. And I was watching and I was like, this is horrible. And so I'm like, I should do a Twitch stream. Everything wrong with Who's That Girl, and just go through and narrate the whole thing. This is why this is wrong. Doesn't make sense. This is how I would do it. And we all know that the way I do it is wrong, but the way that I know to do it is right.
Hey, Clinton.
Colleen's just like, I'm just going to wait till she's done yakking. But doesn't she look like she wants to do it? That's all right. You know me. So, okay. I'm going to say our time's up because I got to get back to work. And so do you.
I do.
And definitely follow Coco's Hollow.
Follow Coco's Hollow. 4 days. 4 days left of the Kickstarter. So please go ahead and get in on that and check out all of the add-ons. There's all sorts of fun add-ons there.
Yes.
So
and somebody buy me a pair of leggings. I'm a small.
The leggings are fantastic. The quality of them. These are mine. These are Coco's.
Oh, I love it. It's so cute.
And then I've got the Coco's Hollow. So they're super, super comfy and super cute.
My birthday is coming up on May 18th. I'm going to need a pair of those leggings, and I need a Coco's Hollow coffee mug for anybody out there who wants to spoil me. Not like I'm already spoiled enough over here with my Mason Jar Apocalypse and my rotary phone. I'm gonna hook this thing up. I'm gonna hook this up, and I'm gonna do that. We're gonna have a raffle. I'm gonna hook up this damn phone, and I am gonna call 5 people from a rotary phone. I just decided this right now that we're gonna have some sort of contest or something, and I'm gonna call 5 people from a rotary phone live, and we're gonna watch that. Well, I already got the cosplay. Yay!
Yay!
What is this stream? Why is this stream about? P.S. Hello all. Well, hello, Ray.
Hello.
So we were just talking about our books and our stuff, and mostly Colleen's book, Coco's
and the way
Hollow.
that things actually work. So there's a little bit of everything sprinkled into this one. But yeah, Coco's Hollow. Go check it out on Kickstarter. It ends Friday, 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
So get after it. All right. We love y'all.
Gotta get back to work.
We gotta get back to work. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
And she's so kind. Look, she made a little heart in there. Okay. All right. We are gonna go. I'm gonna end with I'm gonna put the banner up for a few minutes for a minute so that it can wash out. Love you all. See you later.